Hello friends, in this video we are going to study about merchandising, its evolution, the difference between buying and merchandising, and roles and responsibilities of a merchandiser in various organizations. Merchandising can be termed as planning, buying and selling of merchandise. It is an integral part of retailing and one of the most challenging functions for a retailer. According to American Marketing Association, merchandising is the planning which involves marketing the right merchandise at a right place, at a right time, in the right quantities, at a right price. The merchandising challenge of consistently having the right product in the right quantity, available at a right place, at a right time, at the right price, with the right appeal, and with the right service becomes increasingly difficult as more selling and fulfilling locations are added to the distributed retail model. According to some retailers, the first factor that goes towards creating the right merchandising blend is the right product, which is the combination of functional features, aesthetic features, service features, and the psychological features. The product has to be available in the right quantity, that is, it has to match the consumer's buying needs. The retailer has to ensure that the right number of units is available in the right size or quantity to help the consumers to make his buying decision. Overstocking of merchandise is as much as a problem as is the understocking of the merchandise. The merchandise being available in the right place means that merchandise is available at a location where it is possible for the retailer to make a profit, which includes deciding in which markets the merchandise needs to be sold. The right time also implies that the merchandise is available when the consumers are willing to buy the merchandise. This is of special importance in today's world when consumers are faced with time scarcity. Price is not only about the amount that the consumer is willing to pay for the product, but it is also the function of the value that the consumer believes he derives from the product. The right appeal is the right message to the right audience. This is required as a retailer needs to inform and persuade the consumers to seek out the products from stores. Achieving these seven rights is the key to the successful merchandising and many a times remains an goal for the most of the retailers. Merchandise management can be termed as the analysis, planning, acquisition, handling, and control of merchandise investment of a retail operation. Analysis make shows that retailers must be able to correctly identify the customers before ascertaining their needs and requirements. Planning is important as it helps in deciding what merchandise to be sold in the future. Acquisition means procurement of goods, that is either from distributors or manufacturers. Handling involves seeing that the merchandise is available where it is needed and in proper condition. Controlling involves spending money for acquiring products. It is necessary to control the amount of money spent on buying. The evolution of merchandising traces its growth with the rise of the organized retailing. Initially, as a retailers operated one or two stores, the function of buying, pricing was much simpler. In many cases, the retailer himself does this. However, when retailer starts adding new stores and categories, the workload on the buying team increases significantly. Often, the buyers has little information or time and they ended up using the approx values on sales and to allocate the merchandise between the stores. This sometimes results in stores exchanging merchandise among themselves. In order to overcome this limitation, the function of planners came into existence. The planner's job was to act as a link between the store and the buying team. The delinking of this function allows the better interaction with the stores. Planners were able to devote more time to collecting and studying store level data. The buyers, on the other hand, were able to spend more time with the vendors and doing negotiations with them. The next topic is difference between buying and merchandising. Buying is mostly customer focused. It includes decisions regarding buying merchandise from manufacturers or distributors. It also requires understanding of the taste and preferences of customers, market trends, and product knowledge. Their job also includes vendor identification, vendor negotiations, and pricing. They are accountable for profit and losses. On the other hand, merchandising mostly focuses on operations. It includes managing and display of merchandise. It also requires understanding of visual displays and product placements. Their job includes sales and fashion forecasting and budgeting. They are responsible for merchandise performance. The next topic is the roles and responsibilities of merchandiser. A merchandiser is responsible for a specific line of merchandise. Their responsibilities are categorized into planning, directing, coordinating, and controlling. Although merchandisers are not directly involved in the buying activity, but they formulate the policies for their line of merchandise, sales forecasting for upcoming season, estimating the consumer demand, and to study the impact of changing environment are some of the activities which merchandisers needs to perform in their planning phase. In directing, the merchandisers needs to guide, update, and train the buyers as per the requirement. The merchandiser should guide the buyers about markdowns, motivating and inspiring the buyers, and sales team is also comes under their responsibilities. In coordinating, merchandisers needs to supervise the work of the buyers. They will coordinate between planning and buying and make sure that product purchased are as per the store's image. The merchandiser should also evaluate the buying performance on the basis of sales, markups, markdown percentages, and stock turnovers. This makes sure that things are implemented as per the plans. From planning, directing, and controlling, merchandisers must visit suppliers and manufacturers to shortlist the products. They will work with buyers and negotiate prices, delivery dates, and complete all the paperwork for buying the products. They must also work closely with visual staff and decide how to display the products to attract customers' attention. They must also travel to different stores to check the merchandise response. They should have the ability to prepare budgets and to understand the sales figures. Topic is the roles and responsibilities of buyers. Buyers plays an important role in the retail organization. They select and order the merchandise. Their skills directly affects the sales and the market share of the retail organization in the industry. They are responsible for a particular department, for a particular store, or for a chain of stores. They need to maintain the sufficient inventories and do the buying within the defined budgets. The central buyers work for the chain stores and are mostly located in the head offices. The assistant buyers are responsible for specific items and their main job is to coordinate with the head buyers. The assistant buyers are responsible for routine activities. The major activities and responsibilities of buyers include developing strategies for a particular product line, store, or an organization. They do planning and take decisions regarding assortments. Vendor selection, development, and management is also their job. The decisions related to pricing is also comes under their responsibilities. Apart from it, inventory management and allocation of merchandise to various stores as per the requirement also comes under their responsibilities. Many organizations also have a position of purchase agent who are responsible for the routine buying. The buyer needs to travel a lot. They must be aware about economic conditions and its impact on their organization. They should be able to anticipate consumer buying patterns. They should be aware of styles and trends. They must read fashion magazines and regularly update themselves. At the end, they must be capable of working under a lot of pressure and for long durations. The merchandisers in the manufacturing concerns are responsible for the sampling. They do lab dips and finalize the exact colors. They also select the accessories and trims which best suits to their products. Once the sampling is done, they prepare order sheets and prepare purchase orders. They guide and advise the production department. They work closely with the quality department and make sure that products are manufactured as per the predefined quality parameters. They are also actively involved in preparing documentations and in final inspections. The functions of merchandiser in retail organizations include developing strategies that meet customers' expectations. They analyze sales data, customer feedback, and market trends. They coordinate with buyers, suppliers, and do price and quality negotiations. They also work on product displays and store layouts. They also monitor stock movement and build customer relations. And finally, they update themselves regularly with the industry's best practices. The last topic in merchandising unit is principles of merchandising. The seven rights of merchandising should revolve around the below mentioned principles. The first one is understand the target market. The retailer exists for the customers, and their product and store should be the reflection of customers' need. The second principle is based on the principle that every store is different, having different customers, and must be treated as a separate entity. The merchandise plan should be prepared for the entire company, but the requirement of every store needs to be taken into consideration. The third principle is based on the fact that the buyer is the representative of the customer and they must buy the products taking into consideration the customer needs. Build the right assortment, deals in range planning, and offering choices to customers. A good assortment helps in building customer loyalty, while building a range for the consumer. It is necessary to ensure that there is consistency across all the product offerings. Apart from product, the consistency must be reflected in quality also. Offer value means that the customer is not always governed by prices. In order to increase purchases and loyalty, the retailers needs to offer values in their products. The vendor plays an important role in buying process, and their needs and strengths and weaknesses are also needs to be considered. Sharing of information with vendors helps in building long-term relationships and generates the sense of involvement among vendors. The product launched by the organizations may not always meet the expectations. The buyers and the merchandisers need to study what went wrong and take the mistakes as a feedback for the next season. Finally, the merchandise selected must have the capacity to attract the customer in store. If the merchandise excites the customers, they will come again and again.